Good day and welcome to Sports Paradise. I'm Dub, short for Big Dub, and remember, family is very important. Always keep in touch with them. Don't lose touch with your cousins, your aunts, your uncles, your grandparents, anybody. I was just in Philly and I had such a blast with my family, especially my cousins. Casino, bowling, top golf, go-karting, such a great time. Now I'm back in Toronto, but we're gonna go back and chill some more. But it was a great weekend in the States. Well, relatively speaking. Wasn't there for a great reason, but while you're there, at least make the most of it. So, today we're talking about Chelsea, talking about the Premier League, the weekend of the Premier League. We're talking about the Champions League, which comes back today and then tomorrow. And then we'll go into the usual MLB, NHL, and NBA updates. And then talk about my fantasy team's progress. Okay, so let's get it. First of all, Chelsea, after their win against Manchester United, when Cole Palmer hat-trick saved the day, they won in the 101st minute of added time at the end of the game. They won 4-3 after being down 3-2 with 90 minutes still in. Oh my gosh, I thought that was gonna be the best thing I ever saw from them. Man, becoming a football fan is crazy, because I just that was the biggest win they've ever had, or the most exciting, the most nerve-wracking. Well, besides the Liverpool Carabao Cup final, but they lost that sadly. But next thing you know, they're playing Everton. I thought Everton would come out flying. I thought Chelsea would be struggling as usual, but they won that 6-0. I'm gonna get into all of that. But I don't know. They won that game 6-0, and that was probably, maybe because it was a blowout, it wasn't as exciting as the Manchester United win. But 6 goals, and they kept a clean sheet, didn't allow any goals. So that was incredible. What's more, Cole Palmer had not one. It's like LeBron going to Miami. Not one. Not 2, not 3, 4 goals. Cole Palmer had 4 goals, and they weren't. That's the thing. They weren't like lame goals. They weren't like Erling Haaland hat tricks. They were scored incredibly. This guy's amazing. He's amazing. That's back to back. No, not back to back games with a hat trick, but pretty much a hat trick in the span of 2 hat tricks in the span of 2 weeks. No one does that. No one does that in the Premier League, let alone 4 goals. So, Cole Palmer, every day his stock just rises, and he's the best player in the Premier League. I mean, why can I say that? He's tied for the league leading goals with 20, with Erling Haaland, Mr. the tap-in god Erling Haaland. And he has enough assists. He plays a position that's not like a striker like Haaland. He's just incredible. Cole Palmer, young player of the season. Just give him the awards. He deserves it. I just hope that next season that Chelsea can win more games and be top 4. But after that win last night, or in the afternoon, depending where you are, Chelsea is only 3 points back of 6th. So they can get to Europe next season. You never know, they could. Just got to go out winning. Their next Premier League game is against Arsenal, which are, oh man. Okay, we'll get to all that. But I was so when Chelsea's game was on yesterday, I was just I just got back home. Pretty much the game started at 3 o'clock. I got back home at 2:50, so it was tough for me to focus dead on in the game, because I had to unpack, had to eat, had to return the rental car to the rent-a-car spot, and it was tough for me to stay focused and watch, but I was listening to it mostly. Like I was driving, the game was on my phone, like I wasn't looking at it, but I was listening. I was like unpacking, going up and down, and next thing you know, I come back upstairs and it's another goal. I'm looking down to put, I'm turning around to put my clothes in the closet. Next thing you know, I hear another goal. So it was tough. I wasn't like sitting down like I am now, just watching the game, but I was aware of what was going on. Cole Palmer made it 1-0. A sweet goal. Cole Palmer, like I was saying, his goals are just always fantastical. Like something out of a story. Like he's just like a wizard. He's a legit wizard. You're a wizard, Palmer. You're a wizard, Cole. Like, geez, the guy is crazy. Nutmeg the guy, put the ball through his legs. Back heel flip to Nico Jackson. Nico passes the ball back to Cole Palmer, who has the awareness to one-touch it, tuck it in the corner, outside the box goal. Wow, 1 goal. Second goal. This is one that I didn't see, that I had to rewind to see. What happened? Mudryk going down into the box, pass it back to Nico Jackson. It was kind of it wasn't an easy shot for Nico. The ball was kind of behind him, so he had to reach back his leg and kick it. And Everton's goalie saved it. But big rebound, Cole Palmer, boom, header, back of the net. 2 goals. Third goal. Everton's goalie seemed to be in shambles. Everton seemed to be in shambles yesterday, and we've seen teams be in shambles versus Chelsea, but during those games, they've also been playing almost just as bad. But this game, they just took advantage of it. Everton's goalie didn't know what to do with the ball. He pretty much passed it straight to Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer was probably halfway between he was like, this is the halfway mark, this is the goalie. Cole Palmer was like, oh my gosh, these angles are messing me up. But he was like the halfway point of the halfway point. So like a lot of green space ahead of him. Everton's goalie was out of position. Cole Palmer on his right foot, his weaker foot, kicked the ball, rainbow, back of the net. From I don't know how many yards that was, 50 yards maybe, I have no idea, but an incredible goal, incredible finish, the composure with your weaker foot to do that. Hat trick, 3 goals, hat trick. And the thing about that goal was, it was like a Steph Curry 3. Cole, he shot it. It was like a rainbow, and you could see him in the background, like already walking away. Like he's looking at it, but he's just walking away. He knows it's gonna be in. That's his hat trick goal. What a player! What a player! What a player Chelsea is blessed to have. This is my era of Chelsea. Cole Palmer. Okay, so by then it was 3-0, and Jackson had to get into the action. He had to get into the action. So, Gusto got the ball. He kicked it into the box where Jackson was waiting. Jackson, incredible first touch. Just like, got the ball from Gusto. Incredible first touch with his foot. He laid it up right for himself, spin around, shot, back of the net. That was one smooth motion. Got the ball, laid it up, striked it in. Nico Jackson with an impressive goal. And now he has 10 goals this season. Cole Palmer has 20, and that's like above and beyond. But Nico has had a good season with 10 goals. Imagine if early on he scored more of his chances, he would probably have at least like 15 by now. So he's slowly coming on. Chelsea hasn't lost a game recently. Of course, there are games where they should have won, that they tied. But besides that, they haven't really lost. Nico Jackson been a good part of that. He's a great player. And then this is one part that I missed, that I was returning the car, so I wasn't actually watching the game. I was inside the offices, and I got back home and I saw people tweeting about the drama of the penalty kick. And I'm not exactly sure. I watched it back, but I'm not sure. I think they called the penalty on what happened to Cole Palmer, not what happened to Madueke inside the box. And from what I saw, it looked like Madueke wanted to take the penalty. It looked like Nico Jackson wanted to take the penalty, but everyone knows, every Chelsea fan, every football fan, every Premier League fan knows that the penalty kicker is Cole Palmer. No matter the score, it's the one guy kicking the ball into the back of the net on a penalty. I don't know what he was thinking when he let Sterling kick the penalty that one time and it was just an embarrassing effort. I don't know what he was thinking, but he's the penalty taker, Cole Palmer. So it seemed like Madueke was upset. It seemed like Nico Jackson was upset because they were fighting over the ball. And then Conor Gallagher came, took it from them, and gave the ball to the penalty taker, Cole Palmer, who scored it casually for his fourth goal. And imagine, like there's no pressure in that moment for him, but it was pressure from his team, I guess. But I mean, Cole Palmer doesn't care. He's ice cold. But imagine if he missed out, his team would be like, oh yeah, like I should have taken it. But Cole Palmer, the guy's automatic. One thing also was that the situation was that it seemed like everyone wanted to get on the score sheet. Nico Jackson already scored. Madueke didn't score. So he's like, I want to take it. Maybe I get myself a goal. I'll be celebrating, hard, up already 3-0, trying to make it, or up already 4-0, want to make it 5. So let me just get this. No pressure. I'll take it. But for example, and it's not like I thought this myself, but a lot of, I read it, Twitter, people saying this, that during pressure time penalty moments, for example, like most recently, when Cole Palmer had to tie the game against United with that penalty, Madueke, Nico Jackson, whoever else, they weren't trying to get the ball from him. They weren't trying to get that pressure on their shoulders and have to finish it in that moment. They weren't trying that. So now when there's no pressure, when it's just a fun game, everyone is just doing their thing, trying to score. That's when they want to take the penalty. And even though, I don't know, in my opinion, just like Pochettino cleared up after the game, the penalty taker is Cole Palmer. And there should be some structure to that, where if he wants to give it up, he can. But he doesn't have to give it up to anybody else, especially when you're trying to score 4 goals, especially when you're trying to get 20 Premier League goals in one season. That's a rarity. It's not easy to do. So I really don't mind Cole Palmer taking that kick. Obviously, goes without saying. Madueke's body language was very childish. That probably explains why sometimes he doesn't play that often, doesn't start that often, but his body language was very unimpressive. Wasn't like the ball, like when you kick the ball for a penalty, the team was allowed to run to get the rebound just in case. Like Nico Jackson was doing that, although he wasn't celebrating so hard with the team. He should have, but Madueke was just down there with his hands on his hips. It's like, I'm not interested in this. That's not a good attitude for a team trying to compete, trying to contend. No matter what the score is, you have a system and you follow the system. And it's a shame because the game was perfect until that moment. And it was quite embarrassing. And I'm not sure what happened to Enzo Fernandez. He wasn't playing. I don't know if he was hurt or on the bench for some reason, but he wasn't. I don't think he was even on the bench. So maybe he was hurt. I don't know. Maybe he's with Argentina, but I don't think so. I didn't hear anything about it, but maybe I'll search it up later. But he wasn't playing, and that led to the front offense being Palmer, Jackson, Mudryk, Madueke, those guys, and I don't know if that's a coincidence or not, because everyone is saying how Gallagher and Caicedo midfield was incredible without Enzo. And to be honest, they may have to experiment with that one more time. But after Madueke just made a fool of himself, I don't know if you'll see the pitch ever again this season. And Enzo, you can't be disrespecting him like that. He's one of the best in the league. He just has to get his, like, you just have to find the right position for everybody on the pitch. Do you need 3 midfielders? I don't know. I don't know what it is, but we'll see what happens on Saturday when they face Man City, FA Cup quarterfinals. So that was when I left off. We were on Cole Palmer's penalty to make it 5-0, and near the end of the game, Poch brought on the subs, including one Alfie Gilchrist, Chelsea fan since the day he was born, it seems like, and he got his goal. He got his first goal in the Premier League, first goal for Chelsea, and his celebration, even though it was to make it 6-0, the celebration was out of control. He was so excited, just so happy for him, and yeah, no matter the score, when a guy like Alfie Gilchrist scores, you just love to see it. So good for him celebrating his first goal. No matter what, you had to celebrate. Be happy for yourself, and he was, and he deserves that, because not only what I've seen him, he's been a great defensive player. He's probably a bit young, has to still improve on certain things, but I haven't seen him make any dire mistakes like Disasi makes or Benoit Badiashile makes, etc. So, hey. So yeah, and besides that, we kept a clean sheet and won 6-0. The next Premier League game is against Arsenal. That's going to be, like, not the end of this week, but maybe during next week. Next week during the week, they're going to be facing Arsenal. Let's get into it. So over the weekend, like I said in the introduction to Sports Paradise, I was in Philadelphia, and I wasn't able to watch all the games like I would normally be at home watching the games. So I could only TV, like only sport or only Premier League match on the TV I could watch was that blowout that Newcastle delivered to Tottenham. I saw that, but then when I came home, and I wasn't really on Twitter, I wasn't really, like, I was busy, enjoying my time. So I wasn't able to at least check scores, keep up with things, But when I got home and I checked the standings, I saw Man City first, 73 points. I saw Liverpool, Arsenal, 71 points. I'm like, did they lose over the weekend? You mean to tell me Arsenal and Liverpool both lost? I was surprised. So it turns out, as everyone probably knows already, Crystal Palace beat Liverpool 1-0. Aston Villa beat Arsenal 2-0. And that's pretty much their season. I mean, is Man City gonna lose in the Premier League again? That'd be hard to believe. At least it might at least tie, but to be 2 points up, it's still gonna be close. But I wouldn't say the season's over yet, of course. But I predicted, Man City is gonna win. I predicted Liverpool second and Arsenal third, so we'll see. Chelsea's gotta face Arsenal, and Chelsea's gonna show up for that. You already know they're gonna show up for that. And it's going to be a great game when Chelsea wins, or at least steals a couple of points if they tie again. Man City handled their business in the Premier League. They beat Luton 5-1. So that's what it is right now. That's what it is. And to make things worse for Arsenal and Liverpool, it could be a tough week. Arsenal and Liverpool both playing in Europe. Liverpool in the Europa League, where they lost the first leg of that quarterfinals. I forgot who, I'm not even sure who they played, but they lost the first leg of that and they were at Anfield in England. Arsenal, so if they lose, don't catch up, they're out of England or out of Europe. Arsenal, they're tied with Bayern. But their next game tomorrow is going to be in Germany. Bayern has had a struggling season so far, but the Champions League is a different story, and they could be reeling Arsenal, and it could be a tough game for them to win on the road in Germany in an environment like Bayern Munich's home. So by the end of the week, it could just be two English teams left in Europe, I believe. No, probably more in like the Europa League, but in Champions League, well, these are the top three teams: Arsenal, Liverpool, and Man City, the top three, and they could be out of Europe all in all. Man City, they still have it tough as well. They're tied with Real Madrid 3-3 heading into tomorrow's game. Difference is they're playing at the Etihad, so that could be another wild game. Maybe they'll go to penalties. We'll see what happens. But that could be, Man City could easily be out too. Imagine that. Arsenal, Liverpool, Man City out. As far as who I want to win, Real Madrid versus Man City, I don't know. I might be leaning towards Man City. And then after Man City, they still have to face Chelsea the same week, Saturday, for the FA Cup quarterfinals, and that's going to be another intense game that Chelsea has to win. So it could be a rough week for Man City also. Could maybe not the year of the trouble for them, but they always find a way because they just have depth. No matter where you look, they have depth. Madrid has all the depth too, but every position Man City is just stacked at. So no matter who comes on, no matter what sub takes off whatever starter player, it's like they haven't lost a step. So today, Champions League starts Eastern Time, 3 p.m. Dortmund's trying to stay alive at home versus Atletico Madrid. They're down 2-1. They managed to score one goal to make their aggregate score only 2-1, so they can score a couple of goals today, maybe not allow any goals and go on. It's going to be tough. Atletico is a good team. Dortmund, they got to win. They're at home. It's a hostile environment where they play in Germany, and the fans just have to suffocate Atletico's players. They have to be the 12th man on the pitch today. They have to make a major advantage for their team. But I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if something happened where Dortmund got ripped off, because lately they've been getting ripped off in Champions League games. But they have to at least score 2 goals. They have to, and that's it. I don't really see them allowing more. I don't know what can happen. I don't know. We'll see. I don't see Atletico scoring that many goals at oh my gosh, so many sounds are distracting me. But I gotta get a better set. But I don't see Dortmund allowing a lot of goals at against Atletico, because Germany is such a weird place, a crazy place to play at, So hopefully they can at least score 2 goals. Maybe they can win 2-1, tie it up 3-3, and go to penalties. You never know what's going to happen. But I feel like today's going to be some exciting games, especially the other game also starting at 3 p.m. PSG versus Barcelona. The sad thing is PSG is playing in Spain, and they're already down 3-2, and they're in a must-win. As far as who I'm feeling the most confident about between Dortmund and PSG, I'm feeling more confident about Dortmund because they're at home. Barcelona is a great team and they're playing at home. PSG has the best player, but he just can't run through the entire team and score. He could, but then they had to prevent Barcelona from scoring too. Ay, ay, ay. It's garbage day, and this when the garbage trucks are coming. Everyone's outside messing with their garbage trucks, garbage garbage containers. Opening and closing, bam, bam, bam. Like it's just, ay, ay, ay. I need to have like a soundproof room. That'd be incredible, actually. So tomorrow, Arsenal is playing Bayern Munich in Germany. They're tied 2-2. Arsenal kind of probably feels hard done by after they weren't awarded that penalty to Saka last week. I wouldn't say that was an obvious penalty, though, so they have to just deal with it. That's going to be another cracking game, hopefully. And then the major game is going to be Man City versus Real Madrid tomorrow 3 also. And they're tied 3-3. Man City is playing at home, and that should be another incredible game. Hopefully, I don't care that much, but hopefully it's just a crazily exciting game. Maybe I'd rather see Man City win. Maybe I think I'd rather Bayern win that. I think I want Bayern to win, and I want Man City to win those 2 games tomorrow. But there's sure to be a lot of goals. Team's going to be nervous to start. Might be a little jittery, and that could allow some goals to be scored. But you never know what could happen. So we'll see. We shall see. Looking forward to it. I would say maybe, well, yeah, you already know who I want to win. Dortmund, PSG, Bayern, and Man City. Real Madrid, I wouldn't mind, but I used to think Bellingham was the best in the world until Cole Palmer started to heat up. So I'm not oh, Jude gotta win, he's gotta win. But so Man City, I don't mind just for the England bias. But yeah, Cole Palmer has overtaken Jude for the best in the league. Well, not in the league, but I guess players under 21, best in the world. Cole Palmer is a beast. Okay, so on to the MLB. In the last episode, I think that was Thursday, I was talking about how the Jays, they got to sweep the Colorado Rockies. The Rockies are a terrible team, They got to sweep them. And when I got to Philadelphia, checked the score, I saw they lost the first game 12-4. I'm like, of course. And yeah, Gosman got smoked. I don't know what his issue is. Is he hurt? Is he still trying to get his stamina up? He wasn't in spring training, so maybe he's just getting his stamina up, trying to get his velocity up, So, but Colorado smoked him. It really did. And they lost 12-4. The Jays, for some reason, they could only score max 5 runs. They scored a few runs, but it seemed like they could only score 5 consistently, but not a lot of runs consistently. They can't even hit. They won the next 2 though. The Blue Jays signed a pitcher, Yariel Rodriguez, I think his name is, and he had his first start in the MLB and it was quite impressive against Colorado. I just saw the highlights, didn't see him start, but I saw he didn't allow that many runs, maybe only 1, but he didn't pitch that far into the game. So that was good to see him, his first start, I think in the major leagues too, because he was an international signing, I believe, and he won. Good for him. Well, he got them the win. I don't think he pitched long enough to get the actual win. And then the last game of the series, which I also still couldn't watch, Berrios, he's been La Máquina, as he's called, and another win. Dominated the Rockies lineup, and he got them to win. Got the Jays to win, going 7 innings, I think. So that was a weekend. Yesterday in the MLB was Jackie Robinson Day. They're all wearing 42 to honor the legend, Jackie Robinson. They're playing the Yankees. Chris Bassett had a few rough starts to start the season, but his last two, including yesterday, were great starts. Tough Yankees lineup, of course, and he won the game. He won the game, so Bassett is doing well. So now they're on a 3-game winning streak. The Blue Jays, they're gonna try to play today. Well, they're gonna play today, and they're gonna try to win that. Go on a 4-game winning streak, win the series against the Yankees. Maybe they can sweep them. You never know. But just like last year, the pitching is keeping them in the games, and they cannot hit one bit. It's quite sad. And like I was saying in previous episodes, commentators are like, "Oh, it's still only April. You know, they got a long time to get their pace up, get their average up, this and all that." But last year, they're saying the exact same thing, and they were just a mediocre offense when the pitching was great. Like, are you kidding me? So, okay, I'll do it in order of their top 3 hitters. Springer, hitting 215. He's had some timely home runs, some timely hits, but besides that, 215 he could have even more timely hits, some more RBI, some more assistance to getting wins, instead of being 9-8 on the season. Second hitter, so Springer hitting 215. Vladdy hitting 188. Oh my gosh, he's hitting 188. Can you believe it? That's the number 2 hitter. Number 3, Bo Bichette hitting 217. Can you believe it? Like, what's their excuse? What is their excuse? That's the top 3 in the lineup. Like, Justin Turner would have so many more RBI, so much more, you know. He's hitting 362. So imagine Vladdy, Bo, Springer getting on base more often. Like, they do take their walks. But no one plays the game to get walks. You get hits, you get hits. Justin Turner hitting 362, and that's not a coincidence. Like, is it a coincidence that top 3 is hitting terribly, but Justin Turner is hitting at 38 years old, 362? It's like he can't keep up that pace for the entire season, but it's still, that's what he does. He's a good hitter. He gets a lot of doubles, gets some timely hits. That's what Justin Turner does. That's what the Jays' other stars cannot do. And besides that, the rest of the lineup is also hitting mediocre. The only other player remotely decent is Biggio, who's also hitting over 300, but the rest are just probably below 250. Like, it's not good. It's not good at all. Let's see what happens. So it's still early days in the MLB, of course, but the Yankees lead the AL East, Guardians lead the Central, Rangers lead the West, the Braves are leading the NL East, the Brewers are leading the Central, and the Dodgers are leading the West. That should, the Braves and the Dodgers should stay the same, The Yankees, Guardians, Rangers, that could be fluctuating as the season gets along. So far, Jose Altuve is leading the batting average race with, he's hitting 403. Altuve has always been a great hitter, but obviously 403 for an entire season is not going to happen. So it might go down to like 311, or whatever, around there. But the Astros are off to a terrible, terrible start. So even though he is hitting well, it's not like translating to wins. But I guess they have some pitching woes. The Astros do. Mike Trout, Marcell Ozuna, Tyler O'Neill lead the league with 7 home runs, and Ozuna leads with 22 RBI. Ozuna's on a stacked team, and he gets his hits. He hits timely hits. Good for him. I wish the Jays had someone like that. I wish they did. MLB season still early. Not much to write home about, but it's baseball is back. That's what we want. Summer. It's still spring, but summer is just around the corner. Gonna be a great day today. Oh man, like the tennis courts, the tennis nets have to be up. I was in Philadelphia driving around. Every tennis court had the net up. Toronto, none. It's ridiculous, man. Okay, so the Toronto Maple Leafs have lost 2 in a row. They're not going to be at home for the first round of the playoffs. Probably not even the second round, depending on what happens. But, hey, Matthews had 69 goals. Sheldon Keefe called it a distraction. I mean, it's a distraction because it seems like maybe all the players are trying to get the puck to him to score the goal to get 70. And he probably will get 70 tonight if he plays, which he probably should play against Florida. I do want him to get 70 goals. Hopefully he can score multiple goals tonight. Get 71, 72 maybe. That'd be very nice. That'd be very, very nice. I mean, you can't hate on Austin Matthews, but he got a long way to go to be in the conversation as a Ovechkin. The only thing he would have on Ovi is that Ovi never scored as many goals as Austin Matthews has, but Ovi is completely different than Austin Matthews. Completely just elite, just incredible. All whatever. Anyways, Austin Matthews is a great player. He's defensive. Has a good plus minus, all that kind of stuff. He's like a Selke nominee, could be. He's great. But like McGillney, Solani, they got 70 plus goals in the season, but they're not in like the top 2 of all time goals. So that's just what I'm saying. But Matthews, I love him. He's on the Leafs. He's great. So tonight they face the Florida Panthers, who probably going to be a first round matchup. If I was the Leafs, I would probably want to face Florida. First of all, getting my revenge from last year. Second of all, not facing Boston. But they're professionals. No matter who they face, obviously they have to be ready. So the Leafs, if they want to avoid facing Boston, they have to win tonight. Boston's 1 point up on Florida. So we'll see what happens. In the Eastern Conference, there's one more playoff spot available. Everything is wrapped up. Tampa Bay has the first wild card spot. Now all to be settled is the second wild card spot. The Caps shut out the Boston Bruins yesterday 2-0, and they're still holding on by a single thread to the second wild card spot. Oh my gosh, tonight's their last game of the season, and obviously it's a must win. They're facing the Flyers, who's also trying to make the playoffs. Oh man, the Red Wings, they won a crazy game last night, and they also have 89 points, just behind the Capitals. The Pittsburgh Penguins, their last game is against the New York Islanders, and the Penguins have 88 points. And the Flyers, like I said, tonight they're playing the Caps, and they have 87 points. So the Caps just have to win, it seems like. If they win, it could be all wrapped up. Flyers would be out. Pens even if the Pens won, they'd have 90. Caps would have 91. And then I guess since the Caps and the Red Wings have the same record right now, or the same amount of points right now, and Caps are first, or have the wild card spot, I feel like if the Caps win, they're going to still be in second place in the wild card. So you see behind me, Capitals gear. Come on, Caps. Make the playoffs. Beat the Flyers tonight. Put them out of their misery. They lost 8 straight. They just barely won one game against New Jersey over the weekend. And come on, they don't deserve it. Get them out of the playoffs. Ovi, score some goals tonight. Get a hat trick tonight. Come on. Kemper, get a shutout. Back-to-back shutouts to end the season. Come on. Coach, motivate the team. John Carlson, block some shots. Defense, block some shots. Rasmus Sandin. Everyone. This is it. This is what you play for. Last game of the season. Playoff on the line. Get the win. Besides that, the Rangers won the President's Trophy. That's like doesn't really mean anything, but good for them for having a great regular season. I don't trust them to win the Stanley Cup, but you never know what could happen. The Rangers, they're a good team. So the Western Conference is wrapped up to for the most part. Some things could change with some standings. For example, it seems like the Predators would. It seems like the Predators have the first wild card spot locked up, but for example, the Las Vegas Golden Knights could take over the third in the Pacific from the Kings. The Oilers, Canucks have 2 games left, and if the Oilers win those 2 games, Canucks lose, one of those games, then the Oilers are gonna be ahead of the Canucks in the Pacific. The Jets also are have 2 games left, and things could change in their standings too. They're just above. I think they're behind Dallas by too much, but they're leading the Avs just by a little bit. It seems like the Avs and Jets are a first round matchup potentially. So right now they're fighting for home ice advantage, which is very important, of course. So the Canucks tonight, they're trying to stay on top of the Pacific, and they're going to be facing the Flames. The Flames, have been kind of a lame team, so the Canucks could win that. But then they have still another game to go, which would be against the Jets. That could be another huge game for playoff seeding, home ice advantage. Edmonton is playing the Coyotes, and then play another big game against the Colorado Avalanche. And side note, if you haven't heard, the Coyotes might be going to Utah. Either might be or already planned to go to Utah. And they're going to have a name change to some sort of interesting winter theme or buzzers theme, based on the theme of the state of Utah. That'd be cool. But Utah to have a hockey team, hey, if it works, it works. Right now, the Coyotes are playing in a 5,000 seat arena at a university campus, so it's obviously not working in Arizona. It's going to be an exciting few games until Thursday, and then we'll see what happens when the playoffs start. So, like I already mentioned, Matthews tonight is trying to get to 70 goals. He better get it tonight because I doubt he'll play the last game of the season. McDavid reached 100 assists, and that's another milestone, a great achievement for him. One of those players, McDavid or Matthews, could win MVP, but I'm still going with McKinnon. McKinnon, I've always said the Avs, they've been consistent all season. McKinnon has more points than Matthews. McKinnon, he's kind of due for an MVP, I feel like. McDavid has 100 assists, but he wasn't consistent all season. He's still behind McKinnon in points. And Austin Matthews 70 goals, but the Leafs haven't been like a top team. And let's say 70 points or 70 goals for Matthews, but 70 goals or almost 70 goals if he scores it, And Kucherov has 142 points, but Tampa Bay kind of had a letdown season. I guess maybe at the start, Vasilevsky was hurt, but of course Kucherov's been consistent all season long. But yeah, I would say McKinnon is MVP. So the regular season ended on Sunday for the NBA, which I get to the fantasy talk. Oh my gosh, I'm already frustrated. But the regular season ended for the NBA, and the seeds are set. So the Celtics, they won the Eastern Conference by at least 14 games. The Knicks, the New York Knickerbockers. I was just driving through New York. I might pick up an accent, New York accent. But yeah, they got past the Bucks, and The Knicks are second place in the Eastern Conference, Bucks third, Cavs fourth, Magic, Pacers fifth and sixth. And the play-in tournament for the Eastern Conference starts tomorrow, but the Sixers are playing the Miami Heat, and the Chicago Bulls are facing the Atlanta Hawks in the play-in tournament. I believe the Sixers and Heat have two chances, and like the Hawks only have one chance. So like if the Bulls play the Hawks tonight, or if the Bulls beat the Hawks tomorrow, the Hawks are out. Then I believe it'd be like for example, the Heat or Sixers would face the Bulls, and then that'd be like 2 losses. So yeah, the play-in tournament is kind of confusing, but it makes sense. It makes sense. It's interesting, but so pretty much the Sixers and Heat, it's not like whoever loses that game is going to be eliminated. So they both of them can still make the playoffs and be 7th and 8th in the conference. In the Western Conference, the Nuggets, I thought they'd be first, but the Thunder came first. They had the same record as the Nuggets, but I guess Thunder has a better head-to-head. So Oklahoma City Thunder has had a great season, and they're first place. Shea, well deserving of MVP, probably won't win because of Nikola Jokic. But hey, maybe a surprise will happen, but I doubt it. Jokic is just incredible. And so Thunder first, Nuggets second, Wolves third, Clippers fourth, Mavs fifth, Suns sixth. The Suns are not in the play-in tournament, so good for them. They managed to be clutch like that. Seems like it's going to be a matchup of Wolves and Suns first round. That could be exciting. And then the play-in tournament is going to be the Pelicans playing the Lakers and the Kings playing the Warriors. So that could be a great, very exciting play-in tournament. Lakers, LeBron and the Lakers, Curry and the Warriors trying to see what they can do. It'd be funny. You might think I'm a LeBron hater, but I'm kind of not really a LeBron hater. But yeah, it'd be funny if the Lakers lose the play-in tournament. I'd rather between Pelicans and Lakers, I don't really care who wins that game, but it'd just be funny if the Lakers lose the play-in tournament. I'd rather the Kings and Warriors move on, if I'm being honest, but I don't know if that's possible. I don't think it's going to be possible. Okay. We'll get into more of the playoffs as time goes by. Shout out Casablanca. On to the fantasy sports. So I'll get basketball out of the way now. As you can see, I lost the championship game. Look how I dominated him in points, steals, assists. But when it came down, I lost. I got smoked in blocks, smoked in rebounds, and I lost by 4 threes. Lost in field goal percentage by less than a hundredth or more, just barely lost in field goal percentage. I texted my friend, this guy. Oh man, I'm like, I guess that's an upset. He's like, absolutely, that's an upset. Like guy is desperate for an upset because I'm about to beat him in hockey. But look, I was only better than him by 4 games. 722, 697 win percentage. It's not like it was a major upset. Anyways, I lost. I'm done. Hockey playoffs. Sometimes I forget to set my lineup because, like I said, I was away all weekend, so I forgot to set my lineup. But I'm still leading, This championship matchup, I'm up 7-3. Yesterday was kind of a quiet day, but +6 is good. My goalie Jake Allen got wrecked. Allowed 4 goals on 15 shots. Ay ay ay. But let's see what the score looks like. I'm up by 4 goals, up by 12 assists. Plus minus is close. For once, like if you check this out, you'll see my season plus minus is 135. Like 135, last place. So to only be down, to be positive first of all, and only down 2, that's good. I can catch up. I'm leading in penalty minutes, but you never know what can happen. His guys can get into a fight. That's 10 minutes right there, or 5 at least. Game misconduct maybe. You never know what can happen. So hopefully I keep the lead in that. This is surprisingly still close. I should make some additions to try to get this lead back in goaltending. Power play points, I'm up by a safe amount. Time on ice is close, but I'm not sure how that would fluctuate unless one of my guys, knock on wood, gets injured. Shots on goal is still close. And like I was saying, goaltending is still close. So, I'm up, but things could change drastically, as we saw in that nonsense basketball league. Toronto Maple Leafs, this is close. This is close. So, yesterday, my team only got 2 assists. My goaltender, Detroit's goaltender, got the win, but look at the save percentage. 17 saves on 4 goals on 17 shots, man. Or 21 shots, only allowed 4 goals. Okay, but I'm up. Let's see the score. See? I'm down by 3 goals. That's going to be tough to catch up on, but I have some players tonight who could score. I'm up by 13 assists, so safe. Plus minus could fluctuate a bit, but being plus 18 is pretty good. Penalty minutes, like I said before, that could change in an instant with some foul play. Power play points, that's maybe I'm safe in. Face-offs won. He has guys who only win face-offs. He has guys who only hits. He's up by like 60 hits. I'm up in block shots. I'm up in shots on goal. And the goaltending, I'm look at this. I'm losing. Probably won't make that up. Won't make that up. I can get a shutout maybe. This is what I had to keep track of. I have to make sure I can save myself with those. It's gonna be tight. Today I have my entire roster playing. I don't know who's gonna be rested or what. Barkov is Florida's last game. Nothing's on the line for them. It seemed like he got hurt, so maybe he's just gonna be resting tonight. Brady Shea, it says day to day. We'll see if he plays tonight, but I need him. And Darcy Kemper, man, you gotta win. You gotta get this win for the Caps tonight, my friend. You gotta get a shutout against the Flyers tonight, man. Come on, I need this win. The Caps need this win. Do it. The guy I'm facing, he's already used all of his acquisition limits, 11 out of 11. I've only used 3, so I can still make some key adds if players are resting, etc. Tonight he doesn't have that many players and has Logan Thompson facing Chicago, so man, that could be a shutout, for God's sakes. But maybe I can catch up in goals today. Maybe players can get some face-offs won. You never know. But Barkov, who would win face-offs, he's not really. Maybe I should make some ads for face-offs. Let's see. Okay, I gotta think of a strategy to win this game, to win this matchup. And like I said, goalie Kemper gotta win this tonight. And for all the goals, I'm still leading 342 to 310 against my friend who beat me in basketball. Samsonov's been struggling in the net. Like 6 goals allowed, 5 goals allowed. Like, what are you doing, pal? Like, Tay Thompson, last game of the season, only played 3 minutes 11 seconds. He got hurt. Barkov might not play tonight, but I have a good amount of players playing tonight. I'm maintaining my lead. I don't feel comfortable yet. Like, I want to change my name and start boasting, start going off on this for this so bad. But I like 32 points. I'm up by almost 33. Like, I don't feel comfortable yet. Like, anything can happen. Anything can happen. Like, I have some good players tonight. Matthews trying to get 70. Barkov probably won't play. Caulfield, Kadri, Jarvis, Lucas Raymond been clutch. Spetsnikov, Uyghur, Sanheim, Sealer, Sanderson, great players. And his guys could score too. And he has Freddie Anderson against Columbus, and that could be a shutout. See, look, last game Freddie played versus Columbus, shutout. Like, why? So I'm trying to keep this lead. He has two more ads he can make, and I still have at least 6. So I'm gonna try to make some moves and try to hold on to my lead. Okay. Baseball. I lost last week. I checked the score and I lost, and I'm like, what? Like, my offense has been kind of disappointing to start the season. It's not what I want them to be. I added Jackson Holiday, but he's kind of had a slow start to his career, which, it's okay. Wyatt Langford has been having a kind of a slow start to his career too. Man, my outfield, I guess that's what happens. My infield is kind of stacked, of course, but my outfield hasn't been doing it. My pitching has been kind of inconsistent, but they've been good. But on the last day, this guy Yofiq Lone Star, he's got like 100 points on the last day and caught up like that. And like now I'm 1-2. Like, I'm 1-2. Look at this, ridiculous. So I really have to win. Get back to 500. Avoid going 2-2. Or avoid going 1-3. But I have faith in this team. So it's a long season. Let's see how it goes. Might have to make some ads. Toronto Blue Jays, another blowout loss last week, 15-5. Right now, the week just started, yesterday, and I'm only down like this, but it's gonna obviously get worse and worse as the week goes along. Today I have Dylan Cease pitching, so good to have him back. Hopefully he has a good start. My team, my offense, quite mid. Not that great. Pena, he got 2 home runs, and I was against the Blue Jays. Go figure. Vladdy, 3 home runs, 6 RBI, like 188, just horrendous. Oh man, like the players who are So this team is gonna be the first team to, like I said, go winless throughout the entire season. If you can see, like my pitching stats, they aren't that bad. 2nd place in ERA, just like 4th in the WHIP. A good amount of Ks per 9 innings. Not a lot of walks and strikeouts combined, but it's just the offense that's the reason why I'm losing. My pitchers aren't on a good team, so like 9 wins, 9 losses, like it's just mid. But it's a long season, but whatever. I'm gonna knock. This team is terrible. It's terrible. But this team, Anatomy of a Champion. Maybe last week you saw I was like 9th place. I was saying it's a marathon, not a sprint, etc., etc. And look, I'm up to 2nd. I was first place for a bit. But second place now. So that's good. I'm up to where I belong. Now I gotta, maintain, keep doing some good moves, and keep the lead up. Like yesterday was kind of a struggle day. Got a home run at least, but only a 298 on base percentage. But the pitchers did great. Eflin, Zach Eflin, Kyle Harrison, and my relievers, they done well. Like that was Monday. Sunday, great performance. Saturday, great performance. Sensational performance that helped me get up to second place. Bam. Anatomy of a champion, second place. 2 points behind for first place. So that's it. I can still get some runs scored, make that difference. Get some home runs. I'm only down by 2. Total bases, I'm first. RBI first. Like before I had like no stolen bases, now I'm up to 10. My on base percentage was quite low start of the season. Now it's up to 4th, still improving. My strikeouts are low, but that's going up because I'm strategically pitching my pitchers. And as my starters go up, as my Ks go up, my quality starts will go up. Like I'm only down by 2 quality starts with not a lot of innings, like games started. 11 wins, that's great. And my ERA, it's got to get lower. Hopefully it gets lower because 3.5 is not that great. I gotta get it up. The WHIP is pretty good, and I gotta get some more saves and some holds. So let's see how they do. So I'm feeling pretty good about this. Been one league I'm 0-3, one league I'm 1-2, but this team I'm second place for now. Okay, so you saw everything that needs to be seen. You've heard what my opinions about things. It's time to wrap it up. Another great episode of Sports Paradise, episode 20. I guess it's a milestone episode, 20 episodes. I'm feeling good. Later on this week, we'll talk about how the Champions League goes. The playoffs in the NHL will be over. Or not the playoffs, the season will be over. So we're going to see where everybody lies, who made the playoffs and not. And at the same time, too, I'll update. I'll show you the progress on my fantasy teams. So remember, I'm leading in everything so far. So we'll see if I can not choke away the lead, because either way, I'm going to show it and either be happy, proud, or just depressed. But the one that matters most is the one against my friend who I lost to in basketball. But I want to win all 3. I want to win all 3, baby. So by our next episode, we're going to see that. The NBA play-in tournament will be over, and then we're going to see how the playoff seeds rank. And maybe I'll give my predictions for that, for the playoffs. That'll be a good episode to do that. And slowly but surely, we're getting through the MLB season, which is going to be very exciting. Hopefully the Jays can start to hit. And F1 is going to be in China this week. It's a sprint race. Sprint races I'm not too big of a fan of. I mean, I like it's not that they're bad, but the way they organize it should be different. Maybe I'll go into that on Thursday. And yeah, it's gonna be another like 3 a.m. start for East Coasters, but for the Brits it's gonna be okay. For the Western Europeans it's gonna be okay. All right, so that wraps up episode 20 of Sports Paradise. Thank you for watching. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you're thinking. And have a sensational day.